Hello, I'm Brendan. I'm a trainer here at the Rec Center, here at ESU. Today we're going to be going over some pull-up progressions. So if you can't do a pull-up and you want to start, you came to the right place. So first I'm going to start off with the prime movers of a pull-up. So I drew a little picture here. So down below in the lower back, you got your latissimus dorsi. That's going to pull your arms from this position to this position. So then once with the lats, then you got your rear deltoids. They also help with pulling your arm down towards your side. And then lastly, you have your biceps brachii, which are going to help flex your elbow. So you pull down, and then your elbow is going to flex a little bit. So anything that you are pulling your arms down and bringing your hands in is going to help with a pull-up progression. So we're going to start with the first movement, and it's going to be just a dead hang, just hang, but it's going to be an active hang. So it's not just relaxing, it's going to be activating the muscles in the back and your biceps. I'm going to demonstrate that now. Place in the gym, anything that you can hang on. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now remember, when you do this, you're going to have everything activated. It's not just you're just hanging. You're going to have everything activated. You're going to just pull just a little bit, but not enough that you're moving. All right, I'll show you that right now. So as you can see, I'm hanging, but my back is still engaged. My biceps are engaged. It's not like I'm slumped over in a good posture. My head is up. You just do that until you can't do it anymore. A couple minutes, drop down. That's the first movement. Second movement is going to be, you're going to do a little bit of shoulder retraction, just getting a big chest, bringing those shoulders down just a little bit. You're not doing the full pull-up yet, you're just bringing the arms down. So you get hanging, pull with the shoulders, just your shoulders. You do that movement to failure, and then you go on to the next one. Okay, the next movement is going to be a body weight row, and based on your experience and your intensity that you want to do, you can either raise or lower the bar and bring your feet in or out to make it more intense, or easier if you need to build up that progression a little more. I'm going to demonstrate that in about an intermediate position. You can either bring it higher, the bar higher, and your feet bring them closer to midline in order to make it easier, or drop the bar lower and bump your feet out a little more to make it harder in the progression. All right, I'm going to demonstrate that now. Notice how my body is completely straight, my elbows are flexed, and my shoulders are retracted. Head up, you want your body to be in a good posture, neutral spine, down, and pull back up to your chest. I would typically do this to failure. You can do it how many times you want, 3 of 10, whatever, but I would typically do it to failure just to get that strength in there and the endurance to enable to help you with progressing to a pull-up. With a pull-up, well, like other major complex movements, you would move from proximal to distal. So closer to the center, closer to your torso, out to your fingertips. So you're going to start the pull with your lats first, then into your shoulders, and then with the bicep to finish. And now all this has to do with just recruitment of muscle fibers. You get bigger muscles here and smaller muscles out here. So you're going to be recruiting the bigger muscles first, and then whatever comes after that is what happens. So your body's going to use what it needs and then add on to it. So if it's a smaller lift, you're going to use the smaller muscles, and then as it goes into bigger lifts, more complex lifts, you're going to use bigger muscle. You're going to need more muscle to do it. So you'll recruit more muscle fibers in the action, so it moves from proximal to distal. Okay, once you've done the body weight row, you can then move into a jump pull-up. This is the pull-up progression right before you start doing variations like curls or neutral grips and then chin-ups. I'm going to demonstrate that now. Basically what you do is you grab onto the bar, and if it's low enough you can either use the floor, or if it's too high to use the floor you can put a box underneath and do it that way. It works the same way. You're just going to jump just enough to get you going, and then you're going to pull the rest of the way. You don't want to jump too much where you're
doing more of a leg exercise than an upper body exercise. So just make sure that you're balanced out well enough. I'll show you that right now. Okay, so you grab on, keep your feet on a flat surface, dip down to fully extended, just jump, but pull to finish. Don't jump the whole way up. And then slowly bring yourself back down. If you notice, I didn't jump and then I jumped and pulled at the same time. It wasn't a segmented thing. And then with that, you would want to slowly bring yourself back down to get that eccentric contraction. That builds up the... Okay, so once you progress through the body weight row and the shoulder retraction exercise, and that you can do them at a decent pace and you can do them comfortably, then you can move into other variations of pull-ups that are easier than a regular standard pull-up. So right now I'm going to demonstrate a neutral grip pull-up. This is more rear delt and bicep more than your back. So if you have a weaker back, this might be easier for you. You're just going to hold your hands like this instead of like this. And then the chin up would be similar as that, but your hands are this way, your palms are facing you. It's a little more difficult for me to demonstrate in the facility that I'm in because we don't have a regular straight bar. But over at Mattioli Rec Center, they do have a straight bar. You can do that there. I'm going to demonstrate the neutral grip now. So you get up there, you get your grip in. Again, pull from the shoulders first, and then finish with the butt. You do that as many times as you can, or until you feel comfortable, and move on to the next thing. Okay, so now that you've been doing the body weight rows and the shoulder retractions and variations of pull-ups at a couple months now, and you're feeling comfortable, you're feeling strong, you can go ahead and try your standard pull-up. Again, this is just palms facing away from you. You're going to have lats activated first, then rear shoulders, and then the bicep to finish. You want to go to chin above the bar, or as high as you can go, whatever you want to do. Again, this is a great back exercise, great upper body exercise. Major exercise you want to get done. Again, if this is after you've done the progressions and you're feeling like you can handle it, you do as many as you can. I wouldn't suggest doing this for actual sets until you can do maybe like 10 or more, or but like if you can do one, that's a great start. Still progress to be done. I would still work on the progressions before trying to do these for sets. This is just a road to a pull-up instructional video, so once you can do one, you're successful. I'm going to demonstrate the straight bar now, and hands are out, palms facing away, shoulder retraction, bicep to finish. You do that for 10 reps, do that for 3 sets, you're good to go. No more lat pull downs. Okay, so to close the video out, I'm just going to basically go over what we did. Again, this was a pull-up progression video, so if you can't do a pull-up or you want to start being able to do a pull-up, you would start with these movements. The first one was a dead hang, so that was the one with the active. It was like you weren't pulling, but you were just activating the muscles while hanging there. Number 2 was the shoulder retraction. That was just where you like bring your shoulders down, twist the scapulas a little bit in your back. That just is going to help with activating lats and realizing what muscles need to be activated to get that first pull from that stationary position. The third progression was the body weight row. That was the one where you were underneath a barbell or a super functional, and you can adjust the bar height to increase or decrease your intensity. Again, with that one, using your heels as a fulcrum and imagining your body as a lever, straight, keeping it straight and just pulling to the bar. The fourth progression was the jump pull-ups. That was where you use your legs to get you started and then you finish with a pull. Again, is not to be used as a leg exercise. You want to make sure that it's just enough to get your body moving enough where you can pull yourself up and then slowly come back down. The fifth progression was pull-up variations. That was with the neutral grips and then the chin-up grip. Once you can do the jump pull-ups and the body weight rows and all that without any problems, and you want to move on to more difficult things, you would go to the variation grips. They're a little bit easier than the standard pull-up. They activate different muscles at different times, and most of the time you're stronger in those positions than with a standard pull-up. And then the last, of course, is the standard pull-up. Again, once you can do one, that's a great milestone in the fitness industry, world, or whatever you want to call it. Again, I wouldn't do them as an exercise per se until you can do at least 10 reps for 3 sets, but the progressions are just as good until you can get to that point. So don't be discouraged. Just keep pushing, do your thing, get to that pull-up. Thank you.